Hey everyone, so today's video is, I think just a discussion video. I'm sure a lot of people will listen to this and just be like, duh, Zep, duh, right? Because a lot of people have been talking about it for a while, but I've just noticed, we're in that downswing again of the game. I've seen, some comments on my videos like, oh, I'm out, I'm just done. I know a lot of people that I really enjoyed playing the game with, at least 5 to 10 of them, all quit. Um, at least for now, there's always, I think they could always come back, but maybe not. Maybe they are done for good. And if they are, good for them. It was really nice playing with them. It makes me sad, especially after I, came back, 4 months ago. So when they leave, it does make me sad. But uh, yeah, with these downticks, when they introduced these things, they did it with Rift of Chaos, where a lot of things were overtuned, and they ended up nerfing it 3 times, which was pretty big. And now these new dungeons, since they released those, I think it has the same effect on people. The fact with how tough they are, but still achievable by certain light and darks, like Ash Magisteria can be cheesed by Vengeful Hassle. So if you have Vengeful Hassle, you can actually, farm this dungeon consistently and get guaranteed legendary or epic drops. With Gemini Dragon, if you have the twins, you're also able to farm this. So if you have the two twins, you can do this. That kind of stuff upsets people. But the point of this video is to save face. I really, and the developers have pushed back on this, I don't know how many times, but it needs to happen. They need to include a hero recall at least one a month. One a month, charging us diamonds or whatever. If you want to charge 5,000 diamonds to get something in the market, somewhere in the diamond shop, maybe, similar to the star tendrils, maybe you add a recall potion or something, but it needs to be limited at least to one a month. The issue with these new dungeons, is people have invested so many resources into heroes that were useful for old content. And if you're going to push new content, I think that's great. The game always needs to have some kind of new content. But even if, and I know people have their gripes with this case in hero, even if you release a new hero that is going to help with the new dungeon, it shouldn't unlock a dungeon. Everyone, I think, can agree with that. If Kaysen provides a way to speed up the dungeon, that's great. I think a lot of people would be on board with that, But, to unlock a dungeon, I don't think is very smart. But if you end up having a recall option, if you pull one of those Kaysens, right, which is already tough enough with all the Stardust, you need to have at least 15,000 Stardust, guaranteed. If you go max pity all the time and you don't hit your 33% chance of getting Kaysen, once you get them, you still need 5 pots to get them up to Ascended 5. If you had recall options and you could recall all of these older heroes that you're no longer using, this, I think, is just a huge help to the community. Huge help. And I know at the start of this, I said a lot of you are going to be like, duh. I'm the same way. It's just like, why has this not been implemented, right? Because the developers have done a good job, in my opinion. I think some people still think it needs to be more. But the amount of book pages, the amount of books that you can get, in the rankings for Guild versus Environment, you can get like two or three books here. If you consider these glory tokens in the shop to be redeemed, that's all good. Guild Wars, same thing. You can acquire those glory tokens to get pages here. The Void Tower update was absolutely amazing, introducing that boss to get you, all of these book pages. Is 3 legendary books a month out of that, right? All of that, fantastic. But now you've come to another bottleneck, which is Ascension Potions. The Ascension Potions are now the bottleneck. Now, ironically, I think they probably, I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt here and think that they did this, right? Which is a good marketing move. They're like, okay, what we'll do, summon shards are down, right? People aren't buying as many summons because the books were the problem. People were spending money on books. So they introduce a lot of books. And then what do you end up having? You end up having heroes that you need duplicates of to get them Ascended 5. So they create the other bottleneck. Now, I mean, I don't know if it was on purpose or not. Maybe it was. But these Arcana potions, these are now the new bottleneck. Like, you need at least Ascended 1, maybe Ascended 2 on heroes for them to be viable in Arena or Endgame dungeons. And this is something that they need to start introducing more of. So they have one way to acquire those potions, right? At least the fragment section. And this is in Storm Duel, which everyone has been asking for quality of life increases in Storm Duel because it's just a slog to do. You only have 10 teams. But these 10 fragments aren't enough. What is that? That's 2.5 months to get one potion. You get another potion from Arena reset every 60 days, and then you get one potion every Void Tower reset. It's just not enough. This needs to be increased to like 25 if they're going to change something in Storm Duel. On top of that, they have all of these events, right? Like the summon events. What they need to do is, for these summon events, it shouldn't just be books. They should have, fragments of the potions, 25 fragment potions at the end. Even if, I think you should fit it in to the existing summon event because 13,000 points or something for this is just way too much. They include some of these useless things in there, like these items. Get that stuff out of there. Put in things that are useful. This, no offense, but the Forge has failed. The Forge has failed. Start including fragments of Ascension Potions in there. In your events, at least for the summon events. On top of that, the other thing that you need to do, you got to include those potion fragments in here too. Not just old skins. Old skins are cool. Frames, increase this stuff. Increase the stuff on Hero Essence. There's nothing to buy really with, these epic or legendary Hero Essence. There's nothing to buy. All of this stuff is a gamble. It's completely worthless, right? If you include your Ascension Pot fragments, even if it's, 10 pieces, it would be a huge win for the developers towards the community, right? The community would love this. It allows us to upgrade more champions, test out more champions, allow more variance in your dungeons because those resources are so valuable. People are waiting to see if somebody can do this, and I know they want you to keep playing. They want you to work towards something, but one recall potion a month, for 5,000 gems on top of fragments, it's not like you're going to be upgrading 19 legendaries to Ascended 5. It's still going to take a while, but at least you'll have, you won't need 9 months to upgrade one hero to Ascended 5. There are other ways to do it, of course, with the Arena. You can get rank 1, but that's not very easy. That's one person, and of course that's the rich getting richer. But that definitely needs to change. Ascension Pot fragments. You should be able to crunch old legendaries or legendaries that you have A6 for something more than just, a fifth of a book. It's time to update this. Anytime they introduce these new things where the player base gets really upset, they got to find a way to correct it. And I'll tell you right now, it is not selling new champions to beat it. All that does, I'm actually glad this hero is not good for that new dungeon. I really am. Because if he was a thing that you need to unlock 19 and 20, man, I think it would have been terrible. It would have been terrible for the player base. So, people are already kind of upset that he is designed for it, similar to what Pluto was or something. But yeah, I'm really glad that it wasn't. I got a little sidetracked there. Main purpose of the video, guys, it is time for the developers to do this. I know it's a video. I get it. But from what I hear, sometimes the community managers and the developers watch these videos. So I'm mainly making it for that. Comment, like the video, let me know if you enjoy it. I'm pretty sure you like this. I don't know who wouldn't in the community. But it's one of those things. I hate seeing people leave. I want people to keep going. I want to keep making videos for you guys. But in the end, if everyone quits, no one's going to be watching. So I want the game to succeed. But yes, I'm frustrated just like you guys in regards to that. The recall potion needs to be a thing. And then also more potion fragments. You've created a new bottleneck. You got to fix it. You got to correct it. And then last but not least, this bounty hunt. I hope they reset it at the beginning of the year, with higher stages or whatever, because we need another LD Ascension Potion. It's not just the regular RGB Ascension Potions. You need to introduce more than one. This whole Sacred Summon thing, it's good, ways to actually get legendaries, but people are summoning, I don't know, 6 or 7 times a month. It's a slog. If you pull 1 or 2 LDs and you have the ability to have that Ascension Pot to really boost their value, that should be given to the entire community with a little bit of effort. And hopefully, at the beginning of the year, they update this stuff too. More challenges, more things for people to do for fun, to log in. Because right now, it's just guild versus environment and guild versus guild, RTA, and people are literally sitting here waiting for these dungeons to be nerfed. That's not good. You want people to try and progress. So you got to give them something to do. Ascension Pot fragments, LD Ascensions. You got to start forking stuff out, man. Especially whenever the player base is kind of leaving. So yeah. All of that being said, guys, that's what they need to do, in my opinion. I hope they do it. I know they've stood firm on, no recall potions. If they don't do recall potions, I think that is just a really, really silly thing. A really, in my opinion, a dumb stance to take. It really is. They have this in multiple gacha games. It is known that champions that were introduced a long time ago don't have any real value, and you are just punishing your players for trying to progress in stuff they had in the past, and now you introduce new stuff and they can't progress and they get mad and leave because they have no way to invest the resources. So yeah, that's all I got. I'm sorry, it's a discussion video. A lot of no kidding moments. I didn't want to make it really a rant because I think they are doing some really nice things, in regards to the books and things like that. And it's good that they're creating content for people, to progress in and do. That's good. But you just can't gate it behind people. It's not a good look. So that's all I got, guys. Sorry, I'm going to stop it here before I keep going. I'll catch you on the next one. See ya.